for A Dance of Fire and Ice. This is a little rhythm game where you have to take two connected, they call them planets, and move them around in the correct way. It's really, I can't explain it very well, so I'll show you a little bit of a level I made, and then we'll get started. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get started really quick. So I'm gonna save this level. I'm gonna leave, and it'll take me to the main menu, or not. It'll take me to some random level. It'll bring us to this, which this is your start. This is what you start with. It just gives you this. It's not very anything special. It's just the start of it. So I'm going to show you guys how to start this, just so you guys get an idea. Because when I started, it was tough for me because there was no instructions and it just kind of threw you in. So first off, down here in the left here, this is the autoplay feature. So if I click this and then press play, it'll do it for you. It's extremely helpful for testing things and seeing if they sound right, but it's also not as helpful when you need to know if the game is possible or not. Um, that's just a thing that I wanted to get out there, just so because I didn't find it for a long time. Now we're gonna start over on this left side here with all of these little sections. So the first one is your song settings, like it says right there, and the file name, which is a really weird set to do it, a name to name it of, this file name, but that's your song. So click this. You need to save your level. Okay, so save as, and then we're just gonna do this as tutorial. If I can spell, if I can spell. There we go. Remember save. Tutorial level saved. I can save again. Level saved. And then I'm gonna click this little file. And then I have a random sound that's just royalty free, so I can do this really quick. And then we click convert because it'll convert it from MP3 to OGG. It's just what it needs to run. I don't know why it does it. Anyway, it's converted it. It's now there. Yours will probably take longer because mine's already converted it. And let's see if it worked. Off because it doesn't automatically set up your beats per minute, which is really annoying, and they should add that. But if you go into a thing, check it all out, you can uh, find your beats per minute and end up getting through there. So for this song, it's I think 120. We're gonna take a guess, and we're gonna see if it works really quick. But it's off in the milliseconds. So volume is volume. Offset is how many milliseconds it can be switched off. So we're gonna go with say 20. See what it does. Kind of have to play around with this. This one isn't like scientific. I've just played around with it until it ends up working. Did not. Let's do 100 and see how bad it goes. Let's do 150. So we're gonna get it right now, just because I don't want to have to fiddle with it for an hour. The next thing is your pitch. This will change your speed and sound. It makes everything crazy. Um, you have your hit sound, so when you hit the button to click it, you have different sounds. So there's like hi-hat. So kick, shaker, and sizzle. Sizzle is like a and then kick is what we have it at, and shaker is just like a little sh. So hit sound volume. Also, you can change that so that it's not as abrasive. And then countdown ticks is for when you end up having like the autoplay off. It'll give you these 4 ticks. So start. author, as well as your portal image. This is just an image that happens when someone downloads your level. You'll have a portal to hop into. This is what will show up. Level icon is the small little icon that they see like near the portal. The icon color is, I think, the background of the icon for it. I haven't really played with these colors yet. Uh, Song preview start. This will give you like a certain times. You can set it the start and a duration. So you start it at 0 seconds, and it'll play 10 seconds of the song just so you can hear the song before you play. You can change these to whatever you want. Seizure warning for anyone who can get seizures from these games. Yes and no, however you want to use that. It's up to your level. I've seen levels that do a lot of lights and would definitely need a seizure warning. A level description, you just type things. Tags, like what the music is, how hard it is, proof of artist permission. So if you have a song that isn't on the list of approved, like there is a spreadsheet of approved artists. You have to get their permission and put a file in here. Artist links. It takes you put the links from where you got all the music from. Your difficulty level, which I would assume makes sense, like star levels. Uh, then the next thing on the list is track settings. So these will change how your tracks work. So single is you get one single color. Stripes is, of course, you get every other one, and you can change these colors. They are uh, text colors. So if I do like 99000 changes it to red, and this we can do to black, but I won't keep it because you can't see it at all. Red and black, ta-da, and we'll change that back to, I'm gonna leave that at red, if I can, never mind, I can't. Okay. Then, you also have glow, which will do one color, but it will be brighter, I think. Why is it not glowing? Let me just get rid of this real quick. If I can click, come on. Let me press this. There it goes. So it'll swap between the instead of just keeping it one color, and you can change that all over the place, however you want. You can have different intervals for the color change, and the pulse types, there's forward, backwards. Um, these change the way it pulses through the colors. Last we have blink, which if I start it, put autoplay on, so you see it swaps really slow and then snaps back to another one. I don't have a need for these, so I don't usually use them. Where are we? The color pulse length. These are yeah, when you get the pulses, it changes the length of the pulse. Track style standard, you can have neon, which is very interesting. Neon light, which gives it the background and the edges. And then, oh, no, wrong thing. And then basic, which is just with nothing there. I like to do standard because it has some texture to it. Track appear animation, these are interesting. So if I start this, it kind of builds itself in, which is kind of interesting and can be used in a lot of different ways. Hop back over there. There's a simple far, which ends up going a little farther than it did last time. And then, oh, where are we at here? And then extend, which comes out of itself. And then you just kind of have to follow it from there. These are all more difficult and change the way everything works. Beats for the animation is how many beats in the song before the animation starts. And track disappear, you can also have it fall out behind the player. Just your choice of how you want to do that. And then beats after, how long it takes for it to disappear. Your background settings. So the background color you can change. We'll just also change this to red because that's the only one that's in my head right now. So this will change the black color that was there. Whatever you want. You can also put an image in. I'm not gonna pull up an image just because it's you kind of get the point. You put an image in here and it'll parallax for you. It'll move around and everything. Image color changes the way the color is. It parallaxes against it if you want it to do that. Fit the screen. Well, I don't have an image in it, so I can't really explain all these. But the display mode, you can have it like paneled or however you want your screen or your picture to fit the screen. Lock rotation makes it so that the background can't spin. And the loop background is if you have a video, which is later on. Um, it'll loop it back around, and then unscaled size is just the size of the picture. And then camera settings, you can change this to relative to like tile. So if we do this, we get our so we'll just kind of leave the planets just leave on their own. So I usually keep that to player. I haven't played with these. There's probably a way to make them really nice, but they are quite confusing, so I just kind of leave them alone. Position. So we type in like 15, or we'll type in 5. We'll be farther away in one of the directions. Both ways around there. Things. Rotation. If we do like 10%, we start at a little bit of a rotation. Let's just whatever you want to start it at. I usually use the bottom things to change up rotations on the fly. Zoom, if I do like 150, let's do 1000. We zoom way out, and then it goes in closer that way. And then we'll swap to the mist settings. So this is your video background. For some reason in the editor it likes to delay and then play it afterward, so you won't see it for a second, and then it'll pop in. You can loop it, have offset in seconds. Tile icon outlines. I don't know what this does. I haven't actually played with this. We're really zoomed out. Hold on. There we go. Sticky tiles, I think have to do. These are all things I haven't delved much into, so you kind of have to play with them on your own. The planet orbit ease is very, very strange. It changes how they spin around each other, which makes sense, but it changes how they feel completely. So it kind of, if you're used to how they normally play, it kind of hurts. And you can do this like, let's do like 5 in linear, and it kind of, oh, well, not linear, hold on. I've created things. So let's do 5 with inside. And it kind of stutters around strangely. I don't know what they could be used for, but they seem useful for someone. It's not me, I'm not advanced enough to use it, but I think that's through all of those settings, and I'll hop to the tile settings. So if you hop off the first tile, you can't do anything on it. You get all these, and these are all things to play around with. This is for speed. This is a twirl, so it'll change the direction of the planets. This is a checkpoint, so you end up hitting it and it changes the checkpoint. This will set the background to something different. This will change the track color, so if we change, like, let's do black here, it'll change everything, and then if we do the next one and change the track color, it'll change it back. Okay. Can I click on things? Goodness. This is to set track animations, like beforehand, like the leaving and coming back. We have, oh, wrong button. Add decoration. I haven't messed with the decorations, but I think they end up like in the background there. They go behind the tile. Next we have flash. These really hurt, so be very careful with these. So if you do like this, we just hop over here. It's very bright and out of nowhere. You can do anything with a camera on a single tile. So you can change the rotation or zoom or angle offsets or positions or who it's relative to. Next we have the set hit sound, so you can make it quieter. You can change the hit sound so it does a different instrument. To recolor the track, hop through all these. You can move the track, so you can move tiles around, which I've seen some people do, and it's kind of interesting. I haven't played with it much, just because I didn't want to have to break stuff. Set filter, this will change all the filter stuff, so we'll just do grayscale. We go touch that thing, it changes everything to grayscale, which is kind of interesting. Hall of Mirrors, this is kind of weird. So I'll turn on Hall of Mirrors, and then I'll turn this to rotation like 90. So we can demonstrate what it does. Hall of Mirrors is up like a background thing where everything exists. I don't know what this is used for. It's really trippy and really confusing. So if you can find a use for it, there you go. We have a shake, so this does a different. I'll just do it at max strength so you can see it. But it ends up shaking everything. Turn off this silly hollow mirrors. Run that again. It'll thump. I usually use that for like a heartbeat or something. This is a change the planet orbit. While in the middle of stuff, you can move decorations around. You can position the track around to mess with the player a lot. Repeat events, you can repeat a section of track, which is kind of interesting. Bloom, this is also very strange for lighting, because if you click it and we hit it, it makes everything really bright. So if you stack a bunch of these on top of each other, it gets extremely bright, extremely fast. And then we have set conditional events. This is when you get like a perfect, or like a early or late perfect, or just early or late, you can do special things with them, which is kind of interesting. But that is all I have for the little tile things. And then, so to do all of the different things, it's just keyboard buttons. You can also click on these just to have them easy, I guess. I usually use the keyboard just because it's easier for me to work through. But with all of these, if you press Shift, you get a whole bunch more. So you get like some very fine uh, curves, so the different beats and things. Tab uh, kind of does one of the little. It does a little what's it called? Like a home plate, like a baseball home plate. And then space. Let me hop away from this area. Ah, hold on. Space will do a full turnaround, so you hit it, and the planet has to orbit all the way around it before it gets back to the next thing. But that is all there really is to get started. Go out and try it. That's all I got for you. Thank you very much.